Belts and bow ties. What's going on? So, look, we're going to talk about some advice I want to give to all the women, particularly Black women in their 20s, that they don't want, they don't want to hear it. But this isn't going to be too bad. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm the Black Opinionated Woman, also known as B.O.W. You're like probably wondering, why is she like standing up? Well, I feel like there's something weird going on with my back, so I couldn't get comfortable. So I'm standing up for a second and I'm waiting for something to kick in because it's hurting really bad. So look, this won't be too bad. Okay. What I want to say is this. One thing that I think people think the least about, and it's the most basic thing in your 20s, kindness is awesome. Kindness. That's not to be mistaken for being a doormat. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm standing right by my cat's water and cat food, so I'm trying not to kick anything over. Kindness actually goes farther than you think. That doesn't mean, so I'm trying to get comfortable. That does not mean be a doormat. That's not what that means. Okay, so one of the things I remember was I remember when I would go out with friends, went back in the days when we used to go to clubs or um, bars, like happy hour, that type of thing. I remember there was a guy that came up to me, and I'm just using this as an example because that's the first thing on the top of my head. This guy came up to me, and he was not very attractive, but I wanted to dance, and he just wanted to dance, and he was so respectful. And he said to me, "You know what? You're just so nice." Most women would be like, back in your fitter, finer, younger days. He was like, "You're just nice." I just looked at him. I'm like, well, heck, like, we're just dancing. It's not like you asked for my hand in marriage or anything. And there were some women I was hanging out with one time, very attractive ladies, really just well put together ladies. Like they just woke up like amazing. Okay. But they would never give people any time, right? Like if they didn't meet a certain set of criteria right off the bat. I mean, I just remember when I was out that one time, I was like tired of sitting and like, you know how when women in their 20s, they just want to sit and look pretty. But I was just kind to this guy, just kindness. And I felt like $1 million that he said that. But also, I remember when I actually helped someone on my job who didn't deserve it. It was another Black woman, actually. She wound up being Satan spawn. But, long term, people see what they need to see. And I remember the lead I was working with actually happened to be a Black guy, by the way. He he saw what I did for her, even though she was a snake. And he pulled me aside and he was like, "Don't worry about it. Everything comes around." I was like, I was really upset at first because I was showing this person so much kindness. I wanted to see her do well, even though she was underqualified for the position at the time, but she can be trained up. But I remember giving her some work that I had worked on. I told her to follow it and learn it and everything, but she took all of my stuff and passed it off as hers. The lead that I knew at the time, he knew it was mine. He didn't say anything. He was like, "Just watch how it all plays out." And I can get into that story, but that's neither here nor there. That's probably another conversation topic. But what I want to say is kindness is awesome in your 20s. At the time, we can be really self absorbed and not as aware of our surroundings and people and how we are perceived to others. Not to say that you have to do things for others. Let me rephrase that. It's not that you have to try to please others, but kindness does go very far. But I'm going to move on to the next thing. Let me tell you one of the things I learned in my 20s. Natural beauty is very sexy. Natural beauty is sexy. Now, that's not to say you can't put on makeup and do your hair and stuff like that because I like all that stuff too, even though I don't act like it lately, right? But natural beauty is sexy. I remember I had more people hollering at me when I would just like if I was doing something to my house and I had to go get some extra paint or something from Home Depot or whatever. I had my little outfit on. I wasn't contrived. I'm fresh faced, just nothing. And hair was in a ponytail, whatever it is. You know how many more people want to holler at me when I'm like, I'm kind of like caught off guard because, I'm not trying to dress for people, right? I'm like, I just need to get some paint. I mean, I had on some painting clothes or even just if you're out grocery shopping or whatever it is you're doing. I remember when, or if I had come back from doing some sort of activity, being fresh faced, I remember I had more people trying to say something to me. They were like, and the funny thing was, the more I would talk to people, I don't know what it is. They were like, "Oh, we like all this earthiness." I'm like, at first, I'm like, well, "What's that supposed to mean?" But natural beauty is sexy too. So I just want to like put that out there to the 20 somethings. Some of you are actually very nice looking women, but you overdo it with all the makeup, all of the lashes and the hair and the nails. And those things are fun, but it's like a lot all the time. So then people are like, well, what do you really look like? Next. This is really important actually. And I'm like, why is my back not loosening up? This is really important. Investing is better than saving. Okay? Investing is better than saving. Of course, you need to save for a rainy day. You need to save for an emergency. But the only way you gain any sort of, when I say wealth, I'm not talking about millions, but any form of financial security, that's really through investing. Now, I don't want to deep dive on that because I am not a financial planner, but there's multiple ways of investing. Of course, there's through your job with 401ks and stuff like that. And that's becoming a little bit more outdated, but it is there. And I would suggest that if you get any sort of matching, you should at least invest to get the match. But there's multiple ways of investing in real estate, REITs. Some people don't like saying the crypto word, um, and that's down. There's so many ways of investing. I would suggest you invest at an early age. And if you can get a home, a lot of people I know who were coming through like, I can't afford a home. You can afford something. There's programs and everything out there that I'm gonna probably sidestep that part of the conversation too much because there are people who are financial planners and that type of thing out there who are experts, even though I feel like I'm fairly knowledgeable, but I don't think that's my lane. Okay. The next thing, let me tell you something else, 20 somethings. I know you're feeling invincible, and this is primarily for the women. You need to admit when you need help. It's okay to accept help. When I was younger, it's like you get it when you get it. I wanted to do everything. I could do it. I can do it on my own. And then it was only when I had some older male friends, they were like, yeah, I know you can do it on your own, but let someone help you. Like men are willing to do anything if you let them in. Like you don't have to be everything. We know you can be a lot of things, but we can be a team, we can be a partnership. Let us in. We can help. And they want to help. It makes people feel good when they can help. It doesn't mean you're a damsel, but heck, even if you are, I was like, you want me to be a damsel? I mean, I guess that is the definition of a damsel, a single unmarried woman. But yeah, admit you need help. Let people help you, even on things that you can do. It's okay to accept help. All right. Let me tell you something else, 20 somethings. Are you ready for this one? Many of the things that you believe now will change in about 2 decades. Your beliefs change. Your morals or your mores get challenged. Your ethics will kick in. Now, there are going to be people who can explain this much more eloquently than me, but I'm going to give it a shot. Morals and morals come from a foundation of something, right? So like maybe you believe in Christianity, maybe you believe in philosophy, maybe you believe in science or Islam or whatever it is. Like, so your worldview could be based off of religion or philosophy or nature or science, whatever it is. Whatever you fundamentally believe in or not believe in, whatever, those laws, they give you your moral foundation. They give you your guide on how you're going to live. Ethics are personal. They're based off of experiences that challenges your morals. Now, what do I mean? It's kind of like if you've grown up to believe thou shalt not kill and steal and all those things, right? And then you're also taught, you know, all Black people are thieves. That was probably that not one. So that could be part of your moral foundation. But then what happens is as you get older, and you meet other people, suddenly your ethics will kick in. Like, wait a minute, I've been taught that Black people steal or something, right? When in fact, most of the Black people or all the Black people I know haven't at all. That's when your ethics kick in. They're personal. Those are your experiences that will challenge your moral foundation. Where am I going with this? Some of the stuff that you believe in your 20s, they will change in your 40s and 50s and 60s, even starting in your 30s. They will change. And generally, as you get older, you become more conservative. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there. These are some of the things that you should just be aware of. I'm just going to recap and I have two more. Remember, kindness is cool. It doesn't mean be a doormat. So you should practice kindness. Natural beauty is sexy. So the other stuff is cool too, but remember, natural beauty is sexy. Investing is just as important or even more important than saving. Admit when you need help. You don't have to be a warrior for everything. You don't have to hard charge it for everything. If you need help, accept it. And if people want to help, accept it. 5, your beliefs will change as you get older because your ethics are going to challenge your morals. 6, learn to start saying no. Now, I will say in my 20s, I did start saying no, but probably not soon enough. I don't think I set boundaries soon enough. I think 20 somethings, at least when I was coming through, oftentimes we were finding our voice, but we should have been saying no a lot sooner, setting boundaries a lot sooner. And whether that's in male relationships or female friendships, there are female friendships that are toxic. I've been through that. Yeah, yeah. Learn to say no and set boundaries. And the last one is, and it's a hard one for people because, and it's just the age old tale that happens, but you gotta just learn from other people's mistakes. Oftentimes we all commit some of the same mistakes, right? And it's only after we've been down that road and we're like, oh, I should have listened. Well, I'm just going to be another person who's going to say something again. And, you're going to do what you're going to do. But we need to start learning from other people's mistakes. All right. Um, why reinvent the wheel? Why go down a road that you don't need to? Like, look, the it's already on the map and it goes to a dead end. You have the map in front of you. Why do you need to travel that road? You know what's there. We've given you the blueprint, right? Learn from other people's mistakes. All right, look, hopefully this was pretty lighthearted, but I thought it needed to be sad. And if you enjoy this content, this is a really good time for you to go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It's a really good time to leave me a comment. Most certainly subscribe. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here because my back is like not happy, and I'm like, if you can see how I'm standing with my legs like in a V, like a wide stance, trying to like take some of the pressure off my back. Like, what did I do to my back? All right, go ahead and subscribe.